Praep Vijay is my name. He is born in 1982. I'm born and brought up in Andhra Pradesh, Chittoor town. Right from my childhood, the seeking to know about myself and where did I come from and what happens after death. So it was there from a very early childhood, let's say around 3 years of age, at a very young age, I used to ask these questions to my mother. Where did I come from and what happens after death? Where do people go after death? And who is God? So all these questions were there around 3 years of age, very early age. And this Anapana Sati meditation came into my life in the year 2008. And I was well settled by that time. By 2007, I had a permanent residency in Australia, and I got a job and I was well settled. So in that state of so-called success, settled life, I wanted to know what is beyond that. So that led me into this meditation path, to know what is the meaning of life, to discover who am I and what is eternal happiness, how can I live happy. So my main focus was I have to be happy all the time. So that search led me into meditation in the year 2008, Anapana Sati meditation. Ever since I started meditating, I discovered the eternal happiness. When you are a meditator, you are happy. I was simply feeling happy. Without doing anything, for no reason, I was simply happy. I experimented, for the first time I experimented was 30 minutes. For 30 minutes I closed my eyes and observed the breath. So that entire 30 minutes I was so happy and blissful. So that was my very primary experience, to feel happy. So that was my first experience in meditation. And within 1 week I became vegetarian. So I was practicing every day, intensely meditation. So within 1 week I became a vegetarian. So that was one of the great experiences. Because of meditation, I became vegetarian. Nobody asked me to become a vegetarian. Very naturally, from my inner guidance was not to kill animals and not to eat that bloody food. So that was the major experience in my meditation journey, within 1 week of meditation. My meditation made me a better person, a better version of myself. Meditation helped me to have all the answers to my questions. Who am I? I realized that I am a pure consciousness. So before I used to think I'm an Indian, I'm an engineer, I'm this, I'm that. So all those identities disappeared. Meditation helped me to realize that I'm a pure consciousness, I'm a pure soul, and there is no identities for me. So that was a very grand experience, that I realized that any identity I have towards myself is very limiting. I realized I'm pure consciousness. And I also understood about death, what happens after death. So all these questions I had from my childhood. Who am I? I understood I'm a pure consciousness. Where did I come from? I come from the higher dimensions, and I know I'm very temporary here. And my purpose of life. How do I understood my purpose of life? Whatever the job which makes me happy is my purpose of life. Anything I do which gives me joy is my purpose of life. And so understanding about myself, understanding about my purpose of life, and always focusing on to do anything that gives me joy. That came into my life only after meditation. Before that, I used to please others. I used to live for others' approvals. After meditation, I started living my own life, a rebellious life, a happy life. I used to live life only for me, not for anybody else. So this is another great transformation in meditation, naturally. It's because of meditation, I got to live my life for myself. So my soul satisfaction was always when I teach meditation, when I see transformation in others. So that gave me a lot of soul satisfaction. So I realized that is my purpose of life. So that's how I realized my purpose of life is to teach meditation, because that gave me the soul satisfaction. Whatever gives anybody soul satisfaction is their purpose of life. My purpose of life is to teach meditation. Because I tried doing many things. I tried being an organizer, I tried being a software engineer, I tried doing many things, doing voluntary jobs and many things I tried. But only teaching meditation gave me the complete soul satisfaction. So that made me to realize that if I have to live my life happy, because my goal was to live happy life. So if I have to live a happy life, that means there should be a lot of soul joy, there should be a lot of soul satisfaction. So I realized teaching meditation is my soul satisfaction, and it also helps others. So it's a natural choice for me to be the full-time teacher of meditation. So I realized the more I teach, the more I am benefiting the first. So the more I am teaching, whatever I am teaching, I am perfecting in that. So the more I teach, the more I learn. Right? So that's number one benefit, which is for myself. And number two, as a student of meditation, I learned many things. By practicing meditation, I learned many things. But by teaching meditation also, I learned many things. The experience of teaching meditation helped me to trust in the universe, to trust in the divine. So when I started teaching, I realized I am not alone. There was a lot of invisible masters who are supporting me in my teaching journey. So I felt so mesmerized. I felt so amazed that the job I am doing, I am not alone. There is a whole team supporting me. So naturally the humbleness, the surrender, the very attitude that you are not teaching, the teaching is happening through you, that experience I learned in this teaching experience. So you are in the space of trust and surrender. So these are all wonderful experiences when you start teaching. I have traveled more than 30 countries so far, and across all continents I traveled. So whenever I see a student coming for my class, I see myself in him. That was the same person I was before meditation, during the seeking, during the searching. So in every class, in every student, I see myself, because I was once upon a time like them. So I see myself in every participant. And so my life journey, so its teaching is, I'm not, so most of the time I go, and it's not the theoretical subjects I teach. Those things you can get from books and internet. But I share my journey, I share my transformation, I share the pitfalls, I share the lessons I learned. And my journey is an inspiration for them. So my teaching is nothing but my story. My story is the inspiration. There is nothing to teach. I don't believe in teaching, I believe in inspiration. Many books, amazing books I read in the beginning days of my spiritual journey back in the year 2008. I used to read Osho's books a lot. Grandmaster Osho's books gave me a lot of courage and strength to live life on my own, to live the life the way I want, not to please others, not to live for others' expectations, but live the life for my own joy, the way I want. So how to live life courageously, joyfully, I learned from Grandmaster Osho, reading Osho's books. And when I read A Soul's Journey book by Peter Richelieu, and many lives, many masters, a Newton, right? So all those books give me the aspect of the soul journey. So always the books which inspires me are the soul journey books. Any subject that deals with the soul and the soul evolution is always my favorite book. For any newcomer, whether he has a meditation background, whether he has read any books, or whether he's first time doing meditation, the first thing I would ask him to read was the science of meditation. Don't understand the science of meditation, then you cannot experiment on the meditation. So if you don't experiment on the meditation, you don't really value the beauty of meditation. So the first book everybody has to read is The Science of Meditation by Patriji. The science is very simple. Close your eyes, observe the breath. When you close your eyes, observe the breath, the mind becomes empty. So that is a simple science. But there are a lot of books which explain the science of meditation. A lot of Western masters, a lot of PSSM books which explain the science of meditation. So the first book I would recommend is The Science of Meditation. And the second book I would recommend is A Soul's Journey by Peter Richelieu. It is a perfect textbook for any spiritual seeker. That's a perfect textbook, A Soul's Journey by Peter Richelieu. And then all the books of Swami Rama, Living with the Himalayan Masters, Autobiography of Yogananda Paramahamsa, and Leadbeater books from Theosophical Society, Annie Besant. You have to read the Leadbeater books of Astral Plane, Devakarmic Plane, Causal Planes. So what happens after death and what are those kind of planes? What is the background? What is the setup? So those things, those research, what happens after death, those research are wonderful in the Theosophical Society. So read all the Theosophical Society books. So this will be my recommendation. Pyramids are amazing tools. Pyramids are sacred geometry. They're amazing tools. Especially the beginners of meditation, they benefit a lot. So in the beginning, for any meditator in the beginning, there's a lot of thoughts. So with the pyramid energy, when you sit under a pyramid or inside a pyramid, your thoughts reduces very naturally. The pyramid energy is nothing but the fusion energy of the earth magnetic field and the cosmic energy. So the cosmic energy and the earth magnetic field or the gravitational field coupled together is the pyramid energy. So this pyramid energy helps especially the beginners of meditation to naturally reduce the thoughts. So every beginner of meditation can get a great amount of help through pyramids. And everybody should experiment on pyramids. Pyramids are amazing, wonderful sacred geometry which helps in the spiritual sadhana, spiritual meditation practice naturally. So there are three things. First is doing meditation. First is being sincere and doing meditation. And number two, reading books. And number three, learn from others' experiences. You should always listen to other senior masters, senior meditators' experiences. You should listen to their transformation stories. So by listening, you can learn a lot. And also when you listen, you understand that the experiences doesn't come to you, it comes to many people. Because everybody goes through many experiences like third eye, astral travel, kundalini. These experiences, when you don't listen to others' experiences, then you feel you are a great person. Then the spiritual ego comes, you feel you are special. That is spiritual ego. But when you listen to others' experiences, you realize you are not the only one. Many people have similar experiences. So your spiritual ego comes to the rock bottom. So there are three things I would recommend to every spiritual beginner, meditation beginner. One is doing sincere meditation for your own self, sincere meditation. And number two, reading books. And number three, listening to other senior meditators and learning from their experiences. And over a period of time, you should also start sharing your experiences so that others can learn from your experiences. So if you do these three things, then naturally you are constantly going forward. There is no looking back in this grand enlightenment journey. These three are the foundation to become enlightened, to be happy in life, to be contented in life, and to be peaceful in life, to have a meaningful life, to celebrate your life. So before meditation, I used to think like my life is okay, my life is happy, I'm celebrating, but it is incomplete. It's not 100%. Your joy and happiness is not 100%. Before meditation, your happiness, your joy, your celebration is not 100%. But once you come into the path of meditation, you will start working on yourself. Then that is called self-mastery. You will become a better version of yourself. Every day you become a better version of yourself. As you are working on yourself, as there is a self-transformation every day, your level of enjoyment also increases simultaneously. So everybody should come into the path of meditation to have 100% celebration, to have 100% joy. So meditation is directly proportional to the amount of joyful experiences, happy experiences and celebration experiences you have in your life. It is directly proportional. More meditation, more transformation, more celebration. Directly proportional. Every day, sincere and serious practice. Seriousness means you are doing every day. Sincerity means you really want it. You really want to do meditation. You feel in your heart you want to do meditation. You feel in your heart you want transformation in life. You feel in your heart that you want to be a better version of yourself. You feel in your heart that you want to grow in life. You want to be a better person and you want enlightenment. So that real feeling in your heart that you really want it is sincerity. Seriousness means you are practicing every single day. That is seriousness. So unless there is sincerity and seriousness, there is no success in life, whether it is materialistic or spiritual. Sincerity leads to seriousness and seriousness leads to enlightenment. This is the the saying from the Chinese enlightened masters, Lao Tzu, Suan Tzu, Confucius, all the Chinese enlightened masters, they focus on sincerity and seriousness. If you are sincere, that leads to seriousness. And sincerity breeds seriousness, and seriousness breeds enlightenment. So this is the path: sincerity, seriousness, and enlightenment. Whether it is materialistic or spiritual, it is the same formula. Thank you.